Assalamualaikum students. So hari ini saya nak bagi guidelines for our research proposal which you all have to do. So one moment, let me share the screen. Okay. Alright. So this is the guideline. This I will put in the group later. But before that, go through with me so that you boleh faham. Okay, for the title, make sure it is in Arial form 14 and it is justified. And your title must be brief and must reflect the content. So make sure kalau baca title tu, the reader boleh faham what is the content. Okay, moving on ke introduction, it will be Arial 12 1.15 spacing, bukan 1.5 ya, 1.15 spacing and one page long sufficient. And generally for introduction ni, you will be writing about the issue that the researcher wishes to investigate, which is the dependent variable. Dalam ni, dalam lebih kurang 3 paragraph, you kena cite most recent articles about the issue tu. Kalau jumpa macam newspaper informations ataupun online news, boleh cite. Okay, and masukkan tu nak menunjukkan that issue is very much needed to be researched. It is very current and it is researchable. Okay. Okay, then moving on to the background of the study, Arial 12, 1.15 spacing and one page long. Don't forget to justify as well, okay? And in background of the study, you tell detail about the causes, means the IVs, which are related to the EV. Kat sini, you boleh cakap secara banyak lagi. Kalau macam contoh, ada you jumpa 3 IV, tapi besides that, ada lagi orang cakap pasal different IVs, boleh juga cakap. Okay, boleh juga sebutkan dalam ni, there are a lot of causes for the research to or for the issue to, okay? And here you can include graphs, statistics, charts, and it to prove that the problem is current and really happening. So yang ni contoh lah, you boleh jumpa macam mental health issue for example. So mental health issue among students is going up. So you boleh cari statistik mental health about 3 years or 4 years ago macam mana. Lepas tu you naik draw kan dia dalam satu graph and then tunjukkan that the statistic is going up. So that is a proof that the problem is increasing and it is like macam very pressing issue yang kita kena kaji. And don't forget to cite whatever you ambil kat mana semua kena cite. Then moving into problem statement. So as I always mention, problem statement is the heart of the research. So this is dia punya format, and also it will be about half page long only, about 2 paragraphs. Kalau paragraphs pendek, about 3 paragraphs. Here you need to detail focus on the IVs that the researcher has included in their theoretical framework. So if your IV ada 3, so you will only mention that this research are focusing only these 3. And kat sini you kena cite recent articles or daripada you punya journal yang you baca tu, you cite to prove that the problem exists and research must be done. Kat sini student, you boleh cari dia punya problem statement from the research journals that you have seen tu, then you boleh cite and put in that according to siapa-siapa that these are the causes of this problem, you know. Or kalau you tak jumpa dekat dia punya problem, you boleh jumpa dekat dia punya conclusion. Dalam conclusion tu dia dah prove that these are the variables that are having problems or causing the issue to happen. So you boleh cite according to ABC 2020, variable 1, 2, 3 are the main cause of the issue that blah 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 apa semua. So kat situ membuktikan that you punya kajian ni sangat realistic, significant and it must be done. Okay, then moving on to research objective. Again, this is the format and it will be in point form. So if you have 3 IVs, you will have 3 research objective. You can start with to identify or to determine. So normally you akan buat to identify the relationship between IV1 and DV. Among bachelor degree students of UiTM Kedah, for example. So IV1 you gantikan nama and DV you gantikan nama lah. Alright. Research questions, sama macam research objective will be in point form. If you have 3 research objective, then you will have 3 research questions. And this research question, you just change the research objective in a question form. For example, tadi to identify the relationship between IV1 and DV. So kat sini, what is the relationship between IV1 and DV among bachelor degree students in UiTM Kedah? Macam tu je. And don't forget to put a question mark. Then moving on to definition of main variables, also in point form. So choose definition for all the variables IVs dan DV. So kalau ada 3 IVs, all 3 IV termasuk DV that best reflect your research. Choose for the journals from the journals that you have read. So daripada journal yang you dah baca, you jumpa IV tersebut and you tengok dalam journal tu how they have defined the IV. So kalau that definition reflect betul-betul macam yang you explain to me in your theoretical framework kan, then you ambil that one and must cite to show whose definition that you are using. Okay. And then moving on to the literature review. Literature review again, it will be about 2 pages long and you must divide between the DV and the IVs. You start dengan you punya DV dulu, let's say mental health issue, and then IVs apa 1, 2, 3. You tulis dulu mental health, lepas tu you write what you have referred to the journals, what you have found out from the journals that you have referred. So you can start with according to or referring to the article by. So let's say according to ABC 2020, mental health is a very pressing issue or very troubling issue or whatever lah kan, boleh cakap dalam tu tulis. So research has found out blah 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 macam tu. So satu tak payah panjang-panjang sangat lah because 2 pages saja nak tulis all everyone punya kerja. And it will be about kalau satu journal tu satu paragraph. Kalau pendek sangat then you can combine into it. But I always encourage student satu journal satu paragraph. The second journal second paragraph. So from there tu you boleh apa tu easily see you punya reference tu tak bercampur-campur. And don't forget to cite. Must cite. Okay, then theoretical framework, draw the framework that you have confirmed with me. Remember, we have confirmed the frameworks. So label the IVs and DVs, labelkan, and then bawah tu tulis independent variable and belah dependent, you tulis dependent variable. Don't forget arrow tu mesti ada showing the relationship. Then hypothesis, it will be in point form. If you have 3 IVs, then you will have 3 hypotheses. And you can start with there is a relationship between IV1 and DV among bachelor degree students UiTM Kedah. Macam tu je. After that, following, you will have to write sample and population. So this one is about half page long. Kat sini you kena refer to chapter 5 of our chapters and slides. And kat sini you nak kena tulis who are your population and sample of the research. And is it qualitative or quantitative or qualitative? Is it descriptive, exploratory in nature, contrive, non-contrive? Lepas tu you have a lot more macam cross-sectional or longitudinal and apa apa lagi yang dalam tu lah yang dalam chapter yang kita belajar tu. And then how you pilih your sample, which sampling method are you using and why you choose that sampling method. Remember probability, non-probability, and under probability ada banyak and non-probability ada banyak juga. So I have mentioned this to you that kalau you as best go for probability sampling, and I have stated this many times that remember about simple random sampling as well. Okay, and how many samples are you choosing and how do you tentukan? This I have also shown you the Umar current table. So you can refer to Umar current table and you can cap to 100. Okay, for data collection method, yang ni half page long juga. This is you need to write about the questionnaire. Means you buat sendiri questionnaire ke you adapt daripada orang. Kalau buat sendiri, cakap the questionnaire will be created by the researcher. Kalau you have adapted, you will be adapting the questionnaire from who? And there will be how many questions and how many sections. So sections ni selalunya kita ada 3 lah. Demographic, the independent variables and the dependent variable section. How many questions? Yang kat sekarang ni you belum buat lagi questionnaire. So for this purpose you pupuh XX dulu. Okay, there will be XX questions for the questionnaire because you belum ada lagi. Okay, for the data analysis procedure, it will be half page long. And for this part, you follow what I will provide. I will provide a contoh of how to write data analysis procedure. You adapt. Jangan copy letak terus, nanti kan dia akan gunakan semua sentence saya. So you adapt, okay? But follow that. And finally, you write a reference. Your references must follow the APA format and must be alphabetical order. Remember students, all that you have written from the introduction sampailah ke data analysis procedure, semua citation mesti kena ada dekat references. Kalau tak ada, you will be charged as plagiarizing the work. Okay, so it is in a group work, so divide your work and try. Nanti next week, the week after the break, I will have a look at all this and I will let you know whether you kena improve something or not lagi. Okay, so that's all for this part. We will meet again. Goodbye. Assalamualaikum.